What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with reactions to the classics. Today we got a Tom Odell reaction, this time Streets of Heaven, brought to us by a friend, longtime supporter, patron of the channel, Chris. I love Chris. I love his taste in music. So I'm looking forward to this one. This one's going to be an intense one. We could not do it without Chris and the other patrons. And so if you are supporting us anyway, check out the Patreon link below, or the Patreon link on the Instagram. We put up videos, yes, every single day. Got about 2,500 videos up. So this is what Chris has to say about this. He said, this one really hits the being a father emotion. I mean, Chris is a father to two young children, and I'm sure you'll feel this angle too. Originally released as a demo on his 2021 album, Monsters, but it was released just this week when I'm filming this as a true studio single. The Tom's a really, really good British songwriter who's achieved moderate success in the UK and Europe. Not sure he's hit the US in any significant way, though. I don't think so. And then Chris says, a bit of a touchy political subject, particularly in the US, which you obviously don't need to be told. Really powerful and thought-provoking song about school mass shootings, sung from the perspective of a child victim in reference to firearms. The line, "The warriors say these cruel machines, they keep us safe," is particularly punchy for me. Just a chill, well-deserved piece from a musical perspective, but it hits hard for me. All right, I'm sure it's going to hit hard for me too. Let's do it.
Trouble in little town, people all gather round, abandoned bag on a step. This is what happened next. I was only trying to hear what the teacher said. Then I heard a gunshot ringing in my head. Can see us on the evening news. There's 23 dead in 2x2s with our shirts stained red. We walk these streets of heaven. We walk these streets of heaven now. It's hard to get through the days, knowing they're miles away, knowing what could have been. I look on down and I see my brother on the stand, trying to make a case. My mother in the hallway with tears upon her face. The lawyers say these cruel machines, they keep us safe. But you and me, we know the price to pay as we walk these streets of heaven. We walk these streets of heaven. Another shot, a wasted life. Another friend to walk beside. I know it hurts, but why your eyes and sing it till the old men cry. It's just the way it is. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. I don't know why. We're just a bunch of kids who didn't have to die as we walk these streets of heaven. As we walk these streets of heaven. As we walk these streets of heaven. We walk these streets of heaven now.
Streets of Heaven. What a powerful song. So well done, so perfectly arranged, right? You don't need a bunch of instrumentation. You're just hanging on Tom's every word. I'm about to get on a soapbox here, but first I'll tell you some of the great lyricism. You know, the pre-chorus, I was only trying to hear what the teacher said. Then I heard a gunshot ringing in my head. Can see it on the evening news. There's 23 dead. We walk these streets of heaven. It's hard to get through the days knowing they're miles away, knowing what could have been. I look down and I see in all these different things he sees in the pre-chorus. And one of them is, the warriors say these cruel machines that keep us safe, which Chris had mentioned. But you and me, we know the price to pay. Then the bridge, another shot, wasted life. Another friend to walk beside. I know it hurts, but wipe your eyes. And we'll sing until the old men cry. It's just the way it is. I don't know why. We're just a bunch of kids. We didn't have to die as we walk these streets of heaven. We walk these streets of heaven, walk these streets of heaven now. So powerful. And look, I know Chris is in the UK. I know this is hit all around the world, but I can speak to it from a pretty unique perspective, not just from the fact that I live in the United States where this is so rampant that when it happens, unless it's something just extraordinary, like we've had where I live in Texas 3 times in the last 5 years, where there's an extraordinary loss of life, although I would say any loss of life anywhere, especially in a school, is insane. But I was also a superintendent of schools, which if you're not from America means you are the head guy. When Columbine happened here in the U.S., I believe that was 99. I didn't look it up. It was somewhere in there. So I had the unique perspective of leading a school district when that happened. There had been other school shootings, but nothing to that nature, and the panic that happened and stuff. We've done absolutely nothing since. And in the state I live in Texas, the new school year just started, and the state legislature and the governor brought in a rule that there has to be an armed guard in every single school. Now, they didn't fund that. So these schools are trying to figure out how to get this done by September 1st. I'm filming this on August 20th. But that is, that's like bringing a dish towel or a washcloth to a flood, right? Like that does nothing for you. Several of the schools in America that have had shootings, there's an armed guard there, right? It doesn't make any difference. Where is that armed guard? Are they going to win that battle, or is the shooter? Because the shooter has the element of surprise. Schools are large buildings. Some of them are incredibly large. My daughter's school has 2,500 students in the high school. It's 2 stories. I mean, where's the guard and where's the shooter? By the time the guard gets there. So it's something just to make everybody feel better, but does it really do it? We've even encouraged teachers to arm themselves and have a program for that that's getting going. Like more guns for guns, right? I'm not saying that's the wrong answer now. I really have no idea. There is no answer now. But we have all these rules now about entrances being locked. And now at my daughter's high school, you can't even go into the school ever. You can't bring them to work if they forgot it or their lunch or anything. And they think that solves the problem. But the last 2 school shootings that were massive in America, those doors were locked, and the video shows the gunman just blowing holes in that door and walking right through like you can't stop it. My daughter's a junior in high school, and the only school she's known is active shooting drills, right? They got active shooter drills. Several of them every year. Kindergartners going through this. My wife's a middle school teacher. She always tells me she doesn't believe it's if, but it's when she'll be involved in something like this. It's freaking insane. It troubles me greatly. And I didn't mean to get on a soapbox, and you probably already left me by now, but this is an insanity that happens so much that we are numb to it in the United States. And our answer is always, if we bring out something like he did against guns, and the people who love guns are immediately go against you and flame you. And it's like, this is not a gun conversation, right? This is just an insanity conversation. You can get your hands on guns in the United States. I can go buy a gun right now. Right now. I could be back in 20 minutes with a gun in my hand. I can't go fish in a river. That takes 3 days to get the license. But I can go get a gun and be back here in 20 minutes. That's insane. So I'm not saying here in America we shouldn't have guns. That's a whole nother conversation. But they shouldn't be that easy to get. And, guns don't kill people. People kill people. Well, I'll tell you what. If you go into a school with a knife and you go into school with a gun, there's going to be 2 different outcomes. There's still probably going to be loss of life. But those are 2 entirely different outcomes. Sorry for the preaching, but this hits near and dear to my heart. So thank you to Chris for bringing it. And I can't even imagine. My daughter's got 2 years left in school. Me and my wife's still teaching, so I still have that worry every day. But having 2 kids that are just not even in school yet where Chris is at, I can't even imagine the worry that is as a father. Because you've got a long, long time. And how's this thing going to disintegrate further? So let me know what you think of this song. Go ahead and come after me in the comments if you want to. I got thick skin. I don't care. Thanks to everybody for watching. Until next time, guys, I will see you.